They told us insulin resistance takes years to fix, that once it starts, you are stuck in a slow battle against your own body. But new science says something very different. Change can begin in just a few days. Yes, days. Your cells can start responding again, your energy can rise, your blood sugar can drop, and your body can begin to heal faster than you were told. Is that really possible? Most people do not know that studies from top universities, right, have shown measurable improvements in insulin sensitivity within a single week. In one experiment, researchers saw people's liver fat drop and insulin levels improve in just 2 days of eating differently. In another, even a single workout made muscle cells more responsive to insulin. These are not miracles. These are measurable biological shifts proven in labs happening inside real people. In this video, you will learn how to trigger those same changes in your own body. You will see 3 powerful science-backed actions that can start reversing insulin resistance quickly without complicated diets, expensive supplements, or months of frustration. You will understand how food timing, movement, and simple choices can turn your metabolism back on track. And here is where it gets even more interesting. Many people fighting fatigue, stubborn belly fat, or sugar crashes do not realize that their cells are quietly resisting insulin. It is happening underneath the surface, long before blood tests show any warning. This video exposes that hidden stage and, more importantly, how to dicorn to shut it down before it turns into pre-diabetes or diabetes. Most doctors focus on long-term management, but few talk about the rapid biological shifts that happen when you remove certain triggers and give your body what it actually needs. Within days, your cells can begin to unlock stored energy. Your blood sugar can stabilize. Your hunger and cravings can calm down naturally. The process of healing begins faster than most people expect. Stay with this video till the end because every second builds toward a practical plan you can start today. You will see how small specific steps done consistently can flip the metabolic switch back to normal. We are not just talking about theory, we are talking about transformation that you can feel within days. So if you had been told that insulin resistance is a lifelong struggle, stay right here because today you will hear the facts that change that story. You will understand what is really happening inside your cells and how to take control of it starting now. Welcome to our channel where science meets real results. If you want clear, simple guidance to heal your metabolism, regain energy, and life stronger, you're in the right place. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest health insights. Let us begin the journey to ending insulin resistance faster than anyone thought possible. Insulin resistance begins quietly. It is when your body stops responding properly to insulin, the hormone that moves sugar from your blood into your cells for energy. Think of it like a key that no longer fits the lock. The pancreas keeps making more insulin to push sugar into the cells. But over time, the cells stop opening up. The result is higher blood sugar, more insulin floating in the bloodstream, and a body that starts to store more fat instead of burning it. This is not just a small imbalance. According to researchers from Yo School of Medicine and other major institutions, insulin resistance sits at the root of many modern diseases. It is the hidden engine behind type R diabetes, fatty liver, heart disease, high blood pressure, and even certain hormone disorders. When insulin stays high for too long, the body shifts into a constant fatoring mode. Energy levels drop, hunger increases, and inflammation spreads through tissues that were once healthy. What makes this so concerning is how common it has become. Millions of people live with insulin resistance and do not know it. Their blood tests might still look normal, but their body is already struggling to control glucose. They might notice they get tired after eating, crave sugar late at night, or gain weight easily around the belly, or early warning signs that the cells are no longer responding to insulin efficiently. By the time a doctor confirms prediabetes or type R diabetes, the condition has often been developing for years in silence. For decades, most people believed fixing insulin resistance would take years of strict dieting, punishing workouts, and endless patience. The medical conversation focused on long-term management rather than fast improvements, but that belief is changing. Research from Yale, the STFM journals, and other medical sources shows that the body can begin improving insulin sensitivity within days of the right changes. When people reduce refined carbohydrates, move more, and time their meals better, insulin levels drop quickly. The liver begins clearing out fat, and muscles start responding to insulin again. This means the system is not broken. It is simply overloaded and waiting for relief. When you stop feeding the resistance, the body reacts almost immediately. Energy returns, sugar crashes become less frequent, and the same foods that once spiked blood sugar now have a gentler effect. What once seemed impossible, reversing insulin resistance, is now seen as achievable and faster than anyone used to think. Science has started to uncover how fast the body can respond once the right conditions are in place. In one groundbreaking study published on Science Direct, researchers looked at the effects of short-term calorie restriction on people with insulin resistance. They found that within just 60 days, liver fat dropped sharply and insulin sensitivity improved noticeably. The liver, which plays a major role in controlling blood sugar, began working more efficiently almost immediately. That means within a single week, measurable changes could already be seen, not from medication, but simply from adjusting how much and what people ate. The liver's quick response makes sense. It is one of the first organs affected by excess sugar and fat, but it is also one of the first to recover when that pressure is reduced. When calorie intake goes down, the body uses stored fat from the liver for energy. This reduces internal fat buildup, allowing insulin to work properly again. Participants in the study did not have to wait months to notice the difference. Their metabolic health started shifting within days. Exercise R shows how rapidly the body can bounce back. Research from the PMC database demonstrated that even a single session daughter of physical activity can make muscle cells more sensitive to insulin. This happens because movement uses up stored glucose in the muscles, lowering the demand for insulin. The next time you eat, your body can handle sugar more efficiently. It is like flipping a switch. One workout can reset how your cells take in energy. The effect may not last long without repetition, but it proves how adaptable the system is when given the right signal. Intermittent fasting adds another layer of evidence. Studies from Biomed Central and similar medical journals show that restricting eating to specific time windows can lower fasting insulin levels and improve insulin sensitivity within a few short weeks. When the body goes for longer stretches without food, insulin has a chance to drop and the cells become more responsive again. These short-term fasting periods also help reduce inflammation and give the pancreas time to rest, improving overall hormone balance. What all of these studies reveal is that the body is not resistant to change. It is waiting for the right environment to heal. Calorie control movement and fasting each act as powerful triggers that begin restoring normal insulin function much faster than once believed. So, the early wins may not mean full recovery yet, but they prove that progress starts almost immediately once you take action. One of the fastest ways to reduce insulin resistance is to take control of what you eat, because every bite either helps your cells heal or keeps them stuck in a resistant state. Certain foods make insulin surge again and again until your body stops listening. Refined carbohydrates, white bread, pastries, breakfast cereals, and sweets are some of the biggest culprits. Added sugars in sodas, juices, and processed snacks drive constant spikes in blood sugar, forcing the pancreas to release more and more insulin. Over time, those repeated surges wear down your system. Ultra-processed meals, often packed with hidden sugars, refined oils, and preservatives, only make things worse by increasing inflammation and fat buildup inside the liver. The good news is that your body responds quickly when those triggers are removed. The first step is simple. Cut out sugary drinks and high glycemic snacks that cause sharp sugar junks. That means skipping the soda, flavored coffee drinks, energy drinks, and even so-called healthy fruit juices loaded with concentrated sugar. Replace them with water, unsweetened tea, or black coffee if you prefer caffeine. When you reduce these insulin-triggering foods, your blood sugar begins to stabilize and your pancreas can finally take a break from constantly pumping out insulin. Next, shift your meals toward real whole foods. Fill your plate with colorful vegetables, fiber-rich greens, lean protein like chicken, fish, or eggs, and healthy fats from sources such as olive oil, nuts, seeds, and avocado. These foods digest more slowly, keeping your blood sugar stable and your energy consistent. They also supply essential nutrients that improve how cells use glucose and fat for energy. A diet like this does not just lower insulin, it also helps clean out fat from the liver, reduce inflammation, and reset the balance of gut bacteria, all of which play a major role in reversing insulin resistance. Even short term dietary changes can create visible effects inside the body. Research has shown that within days of removing processed sugar and refined carbs, liver fat begins to drop and insulin sensitivity starts to improve. The body becomes more efficient at burning stored fat instead of storing it, and people often notice fewer sugar cravings and more steady energy. It is not about perfection or restriction. It is about making smarter choices that allow your metabolism to recover naturally. Each meal you improve gives your cells one more chance to start listening to insulin again. Muscle plays a central role in controlling blood sugar. It acts like a sponge, soaking up glucose from the bloodstream and storing it for energy. When your muscles are active, they draw in sugar more effectively, reducing the amount that remains in your blood. But when you sit for long hours, that system slows down and your body becomes less responsive to insulin. Movement, even simple movement, changes that immediately. Every time your muscles contract, they open pathways that allow glucose to enter cells even without much insulin. That is why staying active is one of the fastest and most powerful ways to improve insulin sensitivity. You do not need a gym membership or expensive equipment to start. The body responds to the simplest forms of motion. A brisk walk after meals can lower blood sugar levels within hours. Body weight movements, such as squats, push ups, or lunges, engage large muscle groups that burn stored glucose and fat. Using resistance bands or light weights adds just enough challenge to dot and dart, stimulate muscle growth, and improve how your body uses insulin. The key is to move regularly and to make it part of your routine rather than an occasional effort. Scientific studies back this up. Research published through PMC showed that even a single session of exercise can enhance insulin sensitivity and muscle tissue. Participants who performed one workout saw measurable improvement in how their bodies handle glucose right afterward. That means your body begins responding positively the very first time you move. The effect may not last unless you keep it up, but it proves that the system is ready to adapt quickly when given the signal. Regular movement strengthens that response, creating lasting improvements in blood sugar control. Aim for at least 2 Sternser's minutes of movement each day. It does not need to be intense. Walking, stretching, or light resistance work is enough to start. Over time, you can build up gradually to longer sessions or higher intensity. Think of movement as unlocking your cells to let sugar in. Every step, every repetition, every stretch is a message to your body that it is time to wake up and use the energy it has been storing. Where consistency is what turns small efforts into powerful metabolic change. And even the smallest daily activity is a step toward restoring balance inside your body. One of the simplest ways to give your body a break from constant I kite what insulin spikes is to shorten the time you spend eating each day. When you reduce your eating window or delay your first meal, your insulin levels naturally drop, giving your cells a chance to reset and become more responsive. The body is not designed to handle a steady stream of food from morning to midnight. Every snack or sip that contains calories triggers a small insulin release, keeping the hormone active all day long. By allowing longer gaps between meals, you let insulin fall to its baseline level, which helps restore proper communication between insulin and your cells. Research published in Biome Central and other respected journals has shown that intermittent fasting can significantly improve insulin sensitivity and lower fasting insulin levels. Participants who followed time-restricted eating patterns, often limiting food intake to an 8-hour window, experienced better blood sugar control within weeks. Their bodies began using stored energy more efficiently, and their fasting glucose levels dropped. Scientists believe this happens because fasting periods give the pancreas time to rest and reduce insulin output, allowing cells to regain their normal response. Even short-term fasting routines have been shown to create noticeable improvements in metabolic health. A simple approach is to pick an eating schedule that fits your life. For example, you could eat between Sure, Ling 8M, and Do, Ling PM, then fast overnight until your next meal. Or if that feels too restrictive, start by skipping late-night snacks and letting at least 2 hours pass between dinner and breakfast. These small changes are enough to lower insulin levels and stabilize blood sugar over time. During the fasting hour, stay hydrated with water, herbal tea, or black coffee if tolerated. The key is consistency. The body adapts to patterns, and steady habits make fasting easier with each passing day. It is important to note that if you are taking medications for blood sugar or have existing health conditions, you should always consult your doctor before making major dietary changes. Fasting can interact with medication timing or cause low blood sugar if not done carefully. When done correctly, though, people often report quick benefits, less hunger, fewer sugar crashes, and smoother, more stable energy throughout the day. Once insulin levels calm down, cravings fade naturally, and your focus and energy become more balanced, proof that your metabolism is finally beginning to reset itself. Once you start making changes to your food, movement, and eating schedule, your body begins to respond faster than you might expect. Within the first few days, many people notice they think more clearly and experience less brain fog. That mental clarity comes from more stable blood sugar levels. When your insulin levels stop swinging up and down all day, your brain gets a steady flow of fuel instead of sudden highs and crashes. The result is fewer moments of fatigue after meals and a calmer, more focused mind throughout the day. You may also notice that your sugar spikes start to flatten. Meals that once left you sleepy or craving more sweets now feel balanced. The body becomes better at managing glucose because insulin can finally do its job more effectively. Some people even see a small drop in their fasting glucose or insulin levels within a week or two. It might not be dramatic at first, but it is a real sign that your cells are starting to wake up again. These early changes show that the system is shifting from resistance to responsiveness. There is also a psychological shift that happens around this stage. As your energy steadies, you begin to feel more in control of your body. The constant hunger, mood swings, and afternoon crashes that once felt normal start to fade. Each day of progress builds momentum and confidence. It becomes easier to stay consistent because you can actually feel the difference in how your body reacts. This sense of control is one of the most important parts of reversing insulin resistance. It keeps you motivated to keep going. While these short-term results can happen quickly, full reversal takes more time. It can take weeks or months for your liver muscles and hormones to completely reset. But these early wins are not small. They are the foundation of long-term change. They prove that your body is listening and responding. It is like unlocking a door. You might still need to walk through and explore what is on the other side. But the hardest part, getting the key to turn, happens first. Once that door opens, every healthy choice you make becomes easier, and the path to full recovery is already in motion. When people begin improving their insulin sensitivity, one of the biggest traps is expecting instant transformation. It is natural to want quick results, especially after hearing that changes can start in days. But the body heals in layers, not overnight. When progress feels slow, frustration can creep in, and many people stop before the real benefits appear. That is why tracking your journey is so important. Writing down your meals, energy levels, and even how you sleep can reveal progress that numbers alone might not show. Celebrate the small wins: clearer focus, steadier hunger, better mood, even sleeping through the night without sugar cravings. Those moments are proof that your metabolism is moving in the right direction. Another common mistake is going to extremes. Some people try to fix years of imbalance in one week by starving themselves, exercising excessively, or cutting out entire food groups. While that kind of intensity might create short-term results, it rarely lasts. The body needs consistency, not punishment. When you push too hard, your stress hormones rise, your sleep suffers, and eventually you crash back into old habits. Sustainable steps are what truly rebuild insulin sensitivity. A balanced plate, daily movement, and regular sleep patterns work far better than drastic restrictions. Think long-term comfort rather than short-term shock. Sleep and stress are often overlooked, but play a massive role in how your body handles insulin. When you sleep less than chi hours, stress hormones like cortisol rise, which makes your cells more resistant to insulin. Chronic stress does the same thing. It keeps your body in a constant fight or flight mode, raising blood sugar even when you are not eating. That is why managing rest and relaxation is as important as food and exercise. Aim for 8 hours of quality sleep each night and create a calm routine before bed. Dim lights, avoid screens, and slow your breathing. Simple practices like these allow insulin to work better overnight, helping your body reset naturally. When rest, balance, and patience come together, your metabolism begins to heal in a steady, lasting way. Once the first improvements begin, the real goal becomes building a lifestyle that keeps insulin resistance from returning. The early days are about momentum, but what truly changes your health long term is what you can sustain. After the initial reset, your focus shifts toward creating daily habits that support your metabolism naturally. This means eating real food most of the time, staying active in ways you enjoy, keeping a consistent eating schedule, and protecting your sleep. These small, steady actions combine to form a stable foundation that keeps your blood sugar balanced and your energy steady throughout the day. A balanced whole food diet is at the heart of that foundation hit. When most of your meals come from simple, unprocessed ingredients, vegetables, fruits, lean proteins, and healthy fats, your body gets the nutrients it needs to keep insulin working properly. You do not need perfection, you need balance. A few mindful choices each day make a far greater difference than strict diets that cannot be maintained. Pair that with regular movement, whether it is walking, lifting weights, or any activity that keeps your muscles engaged, and you create a system that continues to improve week after week. Research from Yale School of Medicine and other respected institutions confirms how powerful steady consistency can be. Even a modest weight loss of around Bifinger surf body weight has been shown to markedly reduce insulin resistance. It's not about becoming extremely lean. It is about reducing the internal pressure on your liver and muscles so insulin can function more efficiently. Studies also show that consistent physical activity improves glucose uptake in muscles even without dramatic changes in body weight. The message is clear: small, continuous progress beats big but short lived efforts. This is not about trying to restore the body to how it was years ago. That version of you lived in a different world with different habits and challenges. The goal now is to create a new, better normal, a body that runs smoothly, a mind that feels clear, and energy that stays steady from morning to night. Each day you follow these principles, your metabolism strengthens. The process is not about going backward. It is about moving forward into a healthier, more balanced version of yourself that can last a lifetime. So here's the truth. You don't need years to start turning things around. The process begins with three powerful actions: better food choices, consistent movement, and smarter meal timing. Each one works on its own, but together they create a powerful shift inside your body. A shift that can start working in just days. You don't have to accept insulin resistance as a slow, lifelong decline. You don't have to wait for perfect conditions or another Monday to begin. You can act now. The momentum begins the moment you decide to take that first step. Whether it's cutting out sugary drinks, taking a Urser's Minute walk, or skipping late night snacks, that small choice today can open the door to a healthier, stronger future. Now it's your turn. Pick one of the three steps and start today. Tell us in the comments which one you're choosing. Are you changing your meals, adding daily movement, or trying a shorter eating window? Your decision might inspire someone else who's watching. If this video helped you understand how to start reversing insulin resistance, give it a like, share it with someone who needs to see it, and subscribe to our channel for more simple, science-based health advice. Thanks for watching, and remember, your body is ready to heal. All it needs is your first